Hey everybody, welcome back. Wonderful. It's been a couple weeks. Let's get right into it. There's two champions that are being buffed. We're looking at Belletar Mage Slayer is one of the buffs, and the other one is Narma the Returned. These buffs are needed. These champions are pretty much poo-poo garbage before these buffs. One of them greatly benefits from these buffs. The other one benefits, but it's not like such a big deal. But let's get into it. The first one, Belletar Mage Slayer. Void Legendary HP for the Ogren tribes. If you're doing Faction Wars hard, you understand that this is actually the hardest faction to complete. It is a big pain in the ass, and right now I have finished Faction Wars hard, and I still refuse to farm 21 because it's that infuriating. I actually, to be honest with you, I refuse to do Ogren tribes for Faction Wars. That's just me. I know I'm missing out on chances of getting mythical materials for the Forge, but it's not worth it, in my opinion. There's a reason I haven't been posting a lot, and it's because I've dialed back a lot of what I'm doing in Raid. I'm finding that I'm a lot happier that I'm not doing all that stuff. Plus, I have a lot of stuff going on in life. Hey, it's the same thing I'm saying every video when I'm coming back after a long time of being gone. There you be. But let's get into it. Belletar looks like the only thing changing on his A1 is they're increasing the buff/debuff chance of the final book. It's going to go up 5%. That's about it. His A2, Slayer's Roar. Initially, it will attack all enemies, places increased attack and increased defense on his allies, and then heals them by 20% of his max HP. It will also do this, but now it will also fill their turn meters by 20%. That's actually pretty good. Looks like this is on I'm going to say it's probably a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, one booked. And then Mercy of the Oasis. Revives all enemies, or I'm sorry, revives all dead allies with 50% HP and turn meter, then places shield on them for all allies revived for 2 turns, equal to 20% of this champion's max HP, and then now will also place block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. 4-turn cooldown when booked. Pretty good. If you know anything about this if about this faction, they lack block debuff buff, like, period, and they lack revivers. So it's like Belletar can revive, and then there's a rare that can revive. Ugo can revive, but it's conditional. She has to be the only one that's alive. It's pretty bullshit. And then the passive, Critical Juncture, has a 75% chance of decreasing all of an ally's skill cooldowns by a turn whenever they are revived. So this has been increased by 25% from its base. And then once per turn, if an ally is killed, reduces the cooldown of all this champion skills by 1 turn. Awesome. And then also increasing the chance of the ally skill cooldown by 5% on the final book. So this is now 100%. So any ally that is revived will 100% have all their cooldowns decreased by 1 turn. Pretty good. And then another great thing for him is his speed is being increased by 5. So he's up to 103 from 98. Big thumbs up. Love seeing it. This guy, he's just, I mean, still kind of meh, but way better. And he's more geared to, if you do have him, he's going to get you through Faction Wars hard. This, though, this is the champion that, in my opinion, has benefited the most and is the juiciest of the buffs, okay? Narma the Returned. Magic support, Night Rev. I have her. I used her, I think, maybe once to do maybe one of the challenges. I don't even think so. Maybe Curse City. You know how I am about Curse City. But let's just get into it. Her first ability, Hell Crescent. Attacks an enemy has been increased by 10%, so now it's up to 50% chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target by a turn. And for the final book, the buff debuff chance is now being increased by 5%, so it's up to 15 from 10. So when you book her out, it's a 75% chance of increasing the debuff duration of all debuffs on the target. And also before it was only 3 random debuffs instead of all. So this, big thumbs up. I'm loving it. Boy, her weirding dance has been changed quite a bit. So let's just kind of get into it. Before it was attack one enemy, 75% chance. Books to 100 of placing decreased attack for 3 turns. Also heals all allies by 15% of this champion's max HP. The heal increases by 2% for each poison debuff on the target. Now, with the rework, She has a 75% chance of placing decreased attack for 3 turns. This book's up to 100 still, right? Now, also has a 100% chance of placing leech on all enemies for 2 turns, and then instantly activates all poison debuffs on all enemies. Heals all allies by 25% of this champion's max HP. 5 turn cooldown when booked, or when booked, it's going to be down to a 3, but it's a 100% chance to have all those things happen. Pretty cool. So now we have another poison exploder, and she's in the same faction as Calvalac, so if you have both of them, you can do some pretty fun stuff with that. And then we're going to look at Toxic Trance. Before the rework, attacks an enemy has a 75% chance of placing 3/5 poison debuffs and 25% poison sensitivity. 6 turn cooldown, down to a 4 turn when booked, 100% chance when booked. Now, attacks an enemy, 100% chance when booked of placing 3/5% poison debuffs and a poison sensitivity debuff for 3 turns. Also, if the initial target is under 3 or more debuffs, places 5% poison debuffs on a 25% poison sensitivity debuff on all enemies for 3 turns instead. So it turns it from a single target to an AoE. Pretty good. And then it has reduced the cooldown to a 5 turn instead of 6 turn. So now when it's booked, it's a 3 turn, and it's a 100% chance when booked. That's pretty great. She now has a passive. She didn't have a passive before. She's got a passive now. Caustic Rebuttal. So this is actually like Uras the Soul Cage's passive, by the way. So just look at this. Whenever an ally is attacked, has a 25% chance of placing 5% poison debuffs on the attacker for 2 turns. Whenever this champion is attacked, the chance increases by to 50%, and enemies under poison debuffs inflict 5% less damage per each poison debuff on them. Stacks up to 25%. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will activate. And also, her base speed has been increased from 95 to 100. Here we are. Big thumbs up here. This is looking great. So I'm actually happy I have a Narma, and I actually think I have her at a 4-star awakened. So that's going to be great. Yeah, I think people are going to roll her out because it looks like for Chimera, she's going to be used for trials. Specifically the Viper trials. But quick video. That's all we got. See you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye.